Well, hello dear audience, this is Lena with you, and I'm joining you on December 31, year 2023. There are only several hours left until this year ends, and I wanted to greet you with upcoming year 2024. You know, to be honest, I prepared a very long speech, not very long, but I prepared a recap of events of this year, of year 2023, and I wanted to speak about them in a very serious manner. But then I decided that there are lots of people, there are lots of organizations who come up with recaps, and I just wanted to say thank you first of all for watching us, say thank you for like being our subscribers, and say thank you for maybe for being with us and for being interested in the topics that we are cover. Well, what I have to wish you, maybe it is preserve your desire to learn, because it is in the end everything. The only one thing which is important, it's knowledge. If you put everything else aside, that knowledge is the key to anything else. So it is a main trait, I think, which distinguishes people from other species on Earth. And what else makes people like special is we're living on the ground with our heads up to the stars, because we have always watched for the stars, and we have always wanted to move forward, to expand, to move further. So let us keep this, I don't know, call for the eternity, call for the best, call for the knowledge, call for the infinite. And I think it is, yeah, this is a wish credible enough, at least for me. I hope you like it too. And next year, I'm sure, as sure as I can be, that we will come up with more interesting content to you. And I hope it will be educative, but not boring, of course. We're not trying to be bore you. We are trying to maybe make some things known and discuss the things which are, on the one hand, which are, well, serious things, politics, economics, military, science. These are serious topics. But on the other hand, we will try to keep it in a very light manner, so it is not boring to anyone, and it does not put pressure on people. But we will keep our professional level, and we will work on it. So I hope our content will grow us into an intellectual club. And yeah, I was also thinking about the digest, and that digest of the previous year, probably it could have been of a value if I was a big news agency, but I'm not. So maybe I will just say a few words about each of spheres which interest me. Because I want to be sincere here. I've written a speech, and now I don't want to stick to it. So I will speak right from my heart without any papers and so on. If we speak about economics, maybe the most important thing in economics, which I find like important, there are major changes ongoing. So the system which existed for several decades is now changing, and it becomes more and more obvious because yesterday on December 30, I have read that Russia and China have are now able to trade in their own national currencies without involvement of US dollars. So it is it's a big step towards new, more fragmented maybe, but more at the same time more safe payment system in the world. When then the BRICS, of course. BRICS is something new, and it was like in dormant mode for a while, but 2022 events there maybe have been a catalyzing agent to make BRICS grow, and many countries are willing to join BRICS. And of course, BRICS, it is economical union, not like military or something else. BRICS are trying to make economic ties between themselves, and this union is not aimed like to act against somebody. It is like to help each other to prosper, and it is a good idea actually. So I think that de-dollarization and BRICS development are the most of importance in economic sphere which have happened in the world. Of course, I cannot avoid mentioning problems in Europe. Unfortunately, we are facing that. I hope that next year maybe some of the decisions will be reviewed, and like governments will come up with more reasonable solutions how to figure everything out, because I would like to see countries prosper, not being like in the situation they are now when manufacturers escape, like countries like Germany. They are moving to China, they are moving to US. So I hope Europe still has a chance to make themselves right, and I really hope that Europe will make it through the next year, and maybe we will see some changes. Moving on to politics, maybe we can leave BRICS here too, because BRICS is not only economical union, of course, it's also a matter of politics. Modern politics is unfortunately becoming less and less the game of wits, and it is turning into some, I don't know, a show of a sort. And as I'm very interested in politics, I hope to see that this trend is no longer, that we are all like back on normal track, where like politicians act as they're politicians, not like actors of a sort, not like comedians of a sort. So I would like to maybe to see more professionalism and like in politics in general. And military, yes, military this year was rich for military conflicts. There were some 180 military conflicts ongoing all over the globe. It is not only like Russia, Ukraine, it is not only Israel and Gaza, it's also all over Africa, near the Chinese borders. So, it is like all those, when it starts bleeding in one place, other cuts are also open once again, and it's pain to see, of course. People are suffering, and we hope that next year will bring us more diplomacy. On the one hand, they say that war is continuation of diplomacy, but with the other means. But I would like to see diplomacy, like diplomacy in the making by people at the table, not at the battlefield. Let's put it this way. So I hope it will be like that next year. What else? I think the most important thing for me, as I have already mentioned, that science, that looking up to the stars, it's what makes us human. And as like Stephen Hawking used to say, that humanity has only two ways how to proceed. Either we have a great war which will eliminate majority of the population, either we just find a way out of this planet and reach for other planets. Well, I like second option much more, and that's why I've paid attention to space programs all over the world. Of course, what first like event number one for me was the return of Russia to space with the module Luna 25. It was called Lunar Globe before, and it was the first launch of lunar like station by Russia since year 1976. Just think of it, which time gap it was. And at Luna 25 it was in development starting from year 2005. Unfortunately, after launch on August 16, it crashed. There was some kind of mistake, and it crashed into the moon. But the return to the space itself, well, it is something of importance. Especially what I find important, it's that it is the moon itself, because moon is considered to be like a station, like a base for further exploration of other planets. And in this sphere also Chandrayaan-3 module by India, which landed successfully, which made a soft landing on the moon and sent some data back to scientists, is also a great success. India, I congratulate, if there are Indian subscribers, I congratulate them with such an accomplishment. That's really great. And India is now between the countries which have lunar programs, which is impressive, I think, and which is a big accomplishment. So these two modules, one unfortunately didn't reaching for the moon, the other reached for the moon. I think they're like maybe scientific signs of the previous year. So we still have hope, despite we fight here on Earth. We can go to space and we can explore other planets and turn all our means, all our wits, all our resources to maybe to find some other planets, to explore the space near us and to proceed, like Stephen Hawking told. And what is also of importance is orbital constellations, of course, because on the one hand, it is they have risk of a sort, because all the any satellites which is on orbit of our planet, they are always at least they have two or even more purposes. So we cannot say that meteorological satellite is only for monitoring the weather. You can use the satellite whatever you want to use it for. It depends on technical like characteristics more than on its name. I hope everyone understands that. And in this sense, these orbital constellations, they are maybe they could pose a certain kind of threat, especially in military sense. But on the other hand, they can help us to develop internet. Like Russia is planning to launch a group of 28 satellites. They will be called Ganets 1, Ganets M1, and they are planning to launch that group until year 2023. So in 10 years, Russia is going to develop own satellite based internet. Then what is also very important, it is nuclear fueled transport development. And it is really, I'd say, a breakthrough if it works, because as we all know, nuclear power is, on the one hand, many people have like precaution towards it, but on the other hand, nuclear power is well, it's clean and it's and it's safe if it is used in proper manner. So nuclear tolls in space, they could be used as a means to reach Mars and to reach any other planets. So we will see how it goes. But for now, I see that mankind probably is ready to leave the Earth. Not maybe right away, but I guess in several decades we could be speaking of colonization of Mars or something in that way. And I think one of also most important things about the space, that UN has passed a resolution of non-placement of weapons in outer space. And this is also important because we are not only very curious as a species, but we are also pretty aggressive, to be honest. And aggression is a price we pay for high intellect. It is the way it is, and probably we cannot change our nature, but we can try to control it. And intellect is like a double-sided blade, you know. It can be worked in both sides, and we can use intellect to not to restrain maybe, but to target our aggression, I'd say, in a good way. So we can use it in a good way to explore something new, to reach out for new heights, and to go further. And the final thing, it is not that space related, although it is related. It's of course development of AI, artificial intellect. There were a lot of like clashes already. Like I remember I'm monitoring one artist's like community, and if I'm not mistaken, it was in summer they launched a big campaign. It's like say no to AI generated images. So people are feeling threats. They are threatened. They feel threatened by AI, that AI will take their places. AI will take their jobs, and there are lots of misunderstanding of what AI actually is. And here I'm to make a small announcement. Soon we will be coming up with the videos. I think there will be 3 or 4 series of videos on artificial intellect. I hope it will be very educative and interesting for you. I'm also looking forward to these videos. So we will see, and we will watch, and we will like monitor the situation and bring you all the interesting things that world has to offer. Well, thanks again for watching. Have a good New Year's celebration, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.